Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Karaoke Andi here, and it's again my absolute pleasure and honor to be with you and trade the US session live here in Tom Hougaard's trading room. So, let's start with a disclaimer. I also posted that in Telegram, right? So, this is no financial advice, only for educational purposes. This stream and its recording is for educational purposes only. This stream is governed by the stipulations set out on the website tradertom.com, tradertom.com/disclaimer. Okay. Organizational. This week has seen a slight change of schedule. Tom and I are basically swapping the EU session on Friday. So that means instead of me, you saw Tom this morning, and on Friday morning for the EU session, you will see me instead of Tom. Okay? Let's post that also. Telegram. So, that's the plan. Now, let's trade the espresso together. I'm using a 37 points offset. Markets will open in about 3 minutes. Okay. Here's some news coming out. ISM services, PMI, that usually doesn't move the market much. Dow closed at 51,307. We're close to all-time highs. As you can see on the daily. Yesterday's high came in at 51,378. We closed about 70 points lower. Yeah. And this daily candle, the market is not open yet, so wouldn't worry about that. But yeah, we will open gap down, about 140, 130, 140 points. There is a little bit of downside potential. Will not lie. Looking left, overnight is we will open below that, but still inside yesterday's session range. There was this huge candle that we almost sold off. Had my stop loss here, I bought here. Then moved stop loss up, got ticked out. Then the market recovered. Well, so 1 more minute for the espresso to go. 37 points offset. I use 100 points stop loss, 50 points take profit fixed. Let's see how that goes. These rectangles here, they have a height of 37 points. So for me just to input the orders easily like so. 40 seconds to go. Might not be able to post that correctly. I'm just saying that. We'll try to take a screenshot, but that candle there is still moving. Okay. Yeah. Need to adjust short order. Okay. I will not be able to. Oops. Okay. I will try my best. Okay. Delete. Delete. Okay. Okay. Was unexpected. Thought we would go straight down. Interesting. If I don't get a fill within the first 3 minutes, I will not delete those orders, but I will tighten it, and I will use the breakout range between 10 minutes before till 3 minutes past the open. Call that the karaoke espresso. We might get a fill on the long side. Maybe not. So I will now switch to a 3-minute chart. And the this line here and this line here, they represent the classic espresso range. And I will extend that range to this 3 minute. Okay, we are long now. We're long now. Long down. Espresso long. Okay. Why is no stop loss in? It's supposed to be 100-point stop loss. So entry is 51 124. Stop loss is 51023.5. Dow struggling to push higher. Oh, okay. Come on, Dow, let's go. We are humble. We just want 50 points. We just want 50 points. Oh. I like it more honestly when it shoots up. 25 points on the table. 26, 37, 38, 40. I will put stop loss to break even. Stop loss to break even in Dow. I was almost target hit. I will close here for plus 23 or so. Ah, fuck, there. Makes another attempt. Right. That would be the target. I'm too flimsy, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, deleting the short order. So. Oh, that would have worked out beautifully. I was too flimsy. Karaoke Espresso on deck. So, there we go. Let's take a look at the Nasdaq. I have the daily chart open. Nasdaq closed at 30,660. Whoa. We opened gap up, but now we are trading lower. Closed the gap. We're at support now. And I'm wondering if we just a little late to the party, huh? Would probably entertain a short position in the Nasdaq. Oh, this is fucking Windows. Ah! For the love of God. So. Okay, Dow shooting up. Nasdaq going down. Maybe Dow is also coming down. Who knows? Bulls have a hard time so far. Staying above previous bar high. Actually, why are the bar numbers not switched on? It's probably something I need to enable candle numbers. There you go. Lovely. So, then you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. Nasdaq at support, trading lower. Felix is asking whether the news in 15 minutes is relevant. First of all, you wrote that at 15:37. News is coming out at 1600. So that's rather 23 minutes, right? So just to be sure, talking about that ISM services PMI. And from my experience, it doesn't really move the market at all. Mats is asking what stop loss on Espresso. I think you have, you can see that from the trading ticket. Yeah, should be 100 points. 50 points take profit, but I closed manually. Oh. got the answer earlier, all right. Cool. So Nasdaq closed the gap. We have a bar that made a new low, closes at its high. Price action says this is can be a buy signal. I'm trying to buy the Nasdaq here. Buying the Nasdaq. And I will put a stop loss just below the low here, where everybody puts his stop loss. So, and it's a bull market, trying an early long position. Mine doesn't look so good right now. It's worth a shot. So 3682.8. Oh fuck. While I'm typing that, the position really doesn't look good anymore. 3613.6. Stop loss. Hey! And now it looks a little better. Oh, for a second. Don't want to be too aggressive here. So, but need the color change here quickly. Also thinking of buying the Dow Jones. I would probably wait a little bit. Here you see the problem with pure price action. You don't know, right? If this is a pullback to the down move, or whether this is an invitation for other buyers to come in. Clearly they don't yet. Hmm. 1 minute analysis looks like I might be wrong. But again, no hard feelings. If that gets stopped out, it was worth a shot. Looks like, huh? Okay.
Position closed.
Position closed, huh? Stopped out minus 69.2. So about that. Okay, that looks more like a continuation down. So yours truly just fell for a bull trap. We should be short the Nasdaq. Stand by. Selling the Nasdaq. Hoping for continuation down. Using a stop loss above this swing of around 100 points. Edit 3584. 3691.6. Okay. Adding to my Nasdaq, doubling up. Hmm. 3584.1. Stop loss is 3639.1. Overnight low here. Closing here, everything for plus 78. On the overnight low. So if that gets taken out, we will we can rotate down further to yesterday's session low. No doubt about that. Looks like it might be the case. Dow's coming down. We should have stayed low, short in the Nasdaq, huh? But I'm still early in the session. Still not sure if this will be. Sure. So far it's going, just shooting through. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now let's wait for the school run. See if we have. Oh my God. Oh, it is very red. Much clearer picture in the Nasdaq, isn't it? Than in the Dow. Wow, we're already 45, 50 points lower than I got out. Or did I get out at the wrong low? Just show me. Now I got out at the right low. Still, wow. Why does this look like it looks? Okay. there a dark mode? Yeah, switch that off. There is no good contrast. So. Okay. Aggressive screw run short has triggered in the Nasdaq. It would feel like I would run after the market now. But this all screams short, short, short. Will not take it. We'll wait for the screw run. Dow so far also looks weak. Ideally we would see a close below the first bar, so then it's a sealed deal. Otherwise we have to be careful. We're still in a raging bull market, ladies and gentlemen. So 9 minutes to go. Let's see. Couple question. Romeo, my friend. Romeo and I will smoke a cigar tonight. And after that, maybe go to karaoke. Beautiful US 100 trade, brother. Wanted to message you to try and let it run. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. I still feel it still feels wrong to short that, you know, if you have there. Anyway, Richard says the joys of hindsight. Yeah, tell me about it. Gabor says that the title is the title of the video stream. I can edit that later. Yeah, but thanks for the heads up. Yeah. There's a gentleman with I don't know, just one Greek letter or something, talking about a classic sweep, reversal incoming. There it is. You all know so well, right? Man. Angie. Hi, Andy. This is the right way to send messages to you. Is this the right way? This is the right way to send messages to me. Yeah. There is no chat. It's the policy of Trader Tom that the chat in the YouTube stream and on Telegram is switched off. So the only way you can reach me is by writing me a direct message on Telegram. And when you see me taking questions, answering questions, that's usually where I get them from. Jonas, hi Andy, how do you trade these long bars like the yesterday one at the opening on the Dow? Would you even trade that? That's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, you trade them like any other bar, but you have to keep in mind that when they're exceptionally large, might not work like it would work with any other bar. I have no problem. If you want, for example, a larger stop loss, you can cut your size in half and double your stop loss. It's still the same risk. But yeah, I not only would I trade that, I trade that. Yeah. Amit says PMI in 10 minutes. So the ISM services PMI, I probably repeat myself. I don't believe that will do much, but we shall see. Right now, I would hope it would do something. Comes in with the school run, and we would see something moving the market. Shinzi asked, yesterday's Dow bar was clean espresso trade, easy money, or was I straight gambling? No, it was Clean espresso setup. I was just not here in time. I was 5 minutes late, so I couldn't capitalize on that. If you guys did, lovely. Yeah. Okay, guys. The next one who who reminds me that there will be data coming out, news coming out, PMI. Andy, in 5 minutes, it's coming. Calm down, okay? Don't send me anymore. You can literally see that I have here that little thing there. You know, I know it's coming. I know it's coming, and I don't believe it will do much. So. Oh, Andy, you're so cheerful. Thank you for streaming. Charlotta, it's my absolute honor and pleasure to stream for you guys. I mean, it's really an honor that Tom trusts me with his audience. You're not my audience. I'm a mere guest here. So. Yeah. I realize, guys, the name of this episode of this stream in YouTube is pre-filled with yesterday's. I can amend that after the stream is finished. Okay, I can amend that. Right now, it's just fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Hi Andy, I appreciate your hard work. Keep it up, buddy. Please do not mention my name. No, will not do, brother. Thank you very much. Steve Blair. Sorry that I spoke out your last name. But you know, there was in the 90s, there was that. This is Steve Blair with MTV News. Doom, 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 doom. Was that the gentleman with the same name? What are the two arcade games behind you? That one there is Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, and that one there is self-built from plywood and an old monitor. Okay, so I will leave the questions for now because we're coming up to school run. And this will not be an easy one. Also, as many of you mentioned, news will come out. I believe that I would short the Nasdaq. I think the low comes in at 45 to put in an order in at 42 or 43. I put already a sell short order into the DAX, into the Nasdaq. I wouldn't mind shorting the Nasdaq again. Probably wouldn't mind to short the Dow, so I will also put an order in there. Low comes in 57. $52 or something. Yeah. If you want to have that, that doesn't help you. Post that. You know, I think in 50 seconds that would not be filled. I will delete those orders. Let's put on the school run properly. I think the Nasdaq, to me, much clearer picture. Yeah, we had this big breakdown bar, we had continuation. So if we trade below the low of the second 15-minute bar, that will close in 20 seconds, will conclude in 20 seconds. I want to sell short on a school run. However, if bulls manage to push it all the way up here, I would entertain a long position. So I would take a traditional school run. The amount of overlap in the Dow Jones suggests rather to take the anti. So let's just take a traditional school run in the Nasdaq, and I will leave the Dow alone. Reason being that we have here almost an inside bar and really ugly upper and lower shadow on the first bar. The second bar is not really conclusive of anything. On the Nasdaq, I can can still be within a pullback, but I could at least appreciate here. So far it would have been a pullback. If we trade above this high here on the 1 minute, we could read that as a reversal. What can also happen is that we move sideways now that the market lost energy. So anyway, stop loss would be at the opposite side. Put that in. Okay. Why? Okay, there's no stop loss in. But, okay. Can I move this down now? I can't. Interesting. So on this stop loss here, that worked. So 153 points. Oh, this is convenient. Okay, it's properly bracketed. Okay, and I will probably we're close to a fill. Stand by for a long position in the Nasdaq. High is at 96 and the buy order is at 98. Okay, let's make that 99. I can't modify that. Fuck. That's the stop loss, right? No, I can't grab the, no, I can. And I don't see anything. I want to have a little bit more offset here. Not that sellers think of coming in above prior bar high. Using a 5-point offset now. Okay. So what did that news do actually? See in the Dow, a news came out here and we're still in the trading range, so didn't do much, right? I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. So probably 3 times. There are some news events that really they do a lot, you know, like CPI, for example, or NFP. Oof. FOMC is also, of course, big news night. Shall we take a short position in the Dow? Also not comfortable buying the Nasdaq there now that it really... I am deleting the long order in the Nasdaq. I don't trust this at all. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't. If that goes up now, fine, but I don't trust this at all. Not comfortable taking that position. I often have the feeling that I'm a little bit, because I'm trading live here in front of an audience, and that I need to deliver here and show some sort of performance or take some positions during that time. But there's really don't want to buy this now. And with that amount of overlap in the Dow, I also don't want to sell this now. Let's do one thing. Let's keep the this market only. I put the lines there. Let's wait for a little bit of acceptance. Maybe at least a 5-minute close outside of that. Yeah. So no open orders, no open positions. Don't want to jump the gun here and get chopped up. So let's rather, I have prepared here something because you ladies and gentlemen often ask the same questions, and I then end up getting a little bit impatient, but I might just because I hear that so often, I then get a little frustrated because I believe I'm repeating myself. But you might be completely new to the channel and I really might not know. So I'm collecting now the top 3, 4, 5 questions that I receive and try to answer them on bulk. So number 1 is still, where is the chat? Yeah? You see me reading and answering questions, and you might ask yourself, where's the chat? So there is no chat. It's per policy of Trader Tom that chats and comments and reactions in Telegram and in YouTube are switched off. Probably to prevent fraud. There are really some bad apples out there, some people who might want to impersonate Tom or even me. That happened. Don't believe it. Here it is. So this is not me, you know. I don't run a trading channel in Telegram. Yeah. So even a guy like me, who has a very humble following on social media compared to Tom, you know, gets impersonated. So that's why it's probably switched off. But you can reach me via direct message on Telegram, and I try to answer all of you. Yeah. I believe Tom gets so many questions by now that he's probably not able to answer everybody. So far, I have to say the volume goes up. You seem to be very curious, but as long as I'm still can handle it, I will do that. However, there must be some way to aggregate the stuff that you ask all the time. So I'm trying to do it like this. So no chat. Contact me via direct message. So the next question is there a documentation for the espresso? Kind of turned out to be somewhat my signature technique, even though it's not mine, it's from Tom. Is there documentation for the espresso? Or how do you trade the espresso? How much stop loss? How much whatever take profit? What are the parameters for the espresso? You all want to know that, right? So, Tom asked me at my very first appearance here on this channel to explain that to you. So you can go to Tom's YouTube channel and find the very first video, either the EU or the US session. I explained it in both, probably within the first 15 minutes or so. Find that first video. There is no official documentation from Tom. He's yet to publish that. So what's available is my take, right? So I can also show you the slides, right? So the espresso, not espresso, has nothing to do with coffee. It's more like an express train or something like that. Tom has oftentimes, Tom likes to be in big moves. Yeah? And you have those rare days where the market starts in one corner and then ends up closing in the opposite corner, right? So, and by the time the school run materializes, the market might already have been motored away. So Tom was working on a tool that allows him to jump on a move early. And that was the espresso. I believe he developed that for the UK 100 index for the FTSE. And before the FTSE opens, you bracket the 10-minute bar that concludes at the open. So FTSE opens UK time at 8 in the morning. So 7:50 to 8 is the interval. And then as soon as that breaks in either direction, you go long above, short below. That's the espresso, right? However, I use it to scalp early momentum. Yeah. Probably Tom now also somehow revived that technique and also sometimes trades it and also uses it to scalp early momentum. So, however, I trade that in the DAX and in the Dow. And guess what? I haven't backtested that because the lowest time scale that I can look at is the 1 minute chart. And I don't see how the candles move. So I just forward tested that. So keep that in mind, right? For the DAX, I changed the breakout interval. That was genuinely me, because the DAX, Deutsche Börse, they changed the opening auction. You see that the opening auction coincided with the classic breakout interval of the espresso, 8:50 to 9, with 9 a.m. being Frankfurt time where the DAX opens, right? So that changed now from 8:55 to 9, so basically 5 minutes. However, in the Dow, still, you have seen me at the beginning of this session, still use 10 minute, right? So, and as for the offset, I use right now something like an 18-point offset in the DAX, 30, 36, 37 in the Dow, just to prevent premature fills, right? So, why? Because I somehow, adjusted that over time, right? But there's no formula behind. Yeah? And that's what it is. And I sometimes use fixed stop loss and take profit, for example 40-20 in the DAX, in the Dow 150, but sometimes I just let it run if I'm expecting a bigger move or something like that. Very rarely, but I do that. Or sometimes I don't wait for take profit and close it early, because at the opening volatility is very crazy, you know, can be a whiplash. So today I took 24 points, even though take profit would have been reached, but it looked for a while like, that could reverse. You can also say, Andy, you got maybe flimsy. Okay, I accept that. So there you have it. That's the espresso. Yeah. Then I often get asked, how do I add to positions? When do I add to positions? So how do you do that? Okay. Yeah, looks like right now Nasdaq accepted. Let's measure that. Going long was not the worst idea, huh? So 61.8% retracement. Can't click that in place. Now I can. Okay. Dow looks horrible, but also looks more like it wants to maybe really trade lower. And look at this mess. Didn't get a close below, however, the Nasdaq looks, it's more like a buy. Would have been already 40 points or so. Can still be a very deep pullback. Okay, back to the questions. How do you add? So, you saw me adding to this Nasdaq trade. Yeah, went short here. Add it there. Close there. Why did I add? Well, this might surprise you, but I just shot from the hip because I saw there was strong momentum down, and I just felt this will go a little bit. But I was also well aware that here is support. But we traded well below that. But that was also not completely insignificant. Everything that we call the overnight range, that was the low of it. So try to close there. You can, so the thing is, if you want to be profitable, you should consider adding to your winning positions, because if you have still the idea that it's all a mathematical equation, you just sit there over the weekend and backtest, right? And then it's all a probability game. Yeah. The thing is, in the real markets, when the candles move, you know, and markets also change, edges deteriorate. Oh wow. Okay. Went down to support. Okay. Would have been both the correct decision. Now I feel like I'm running after the market, but there's still, here's a little bit of support here. Otherwise we will go down till here. Stand by. I might attempt a sell on close in the Dow. Stand by. selling short the Dow Jones. We need a larger stop loss here. So, because we clearly now broke down, accepted below, at least with a 5-minute bar close. Much more comfortable to sell that. All right. How do I see? Okay, there's the position. It's hard for me to switch from story mode to trading mode, to be quite honest. So stop loss at 51,066.7. Let's make that a little bigger. So here is nothing, right? I would love that to go to down here. But Andy, that's a lot of risk for 76 points. Yes, I know. I know. So, right. So you can add, for example, if you are in a downtrend, you can try to add on those little pullbacks, right? So let's say you would be short from here, and you're still confident that's a downtrend. You're making lower lows and lower highs, so you can try to add on a pullback, or you can just add arbitrarily every X points, or you can even shoot from the hip if you have a feeling for momentum, for movement, and are comfortable with that, right? So you also don't need to add 100% on top. You can also just add a fraction. But what that does is, look, I was about to tell you, you don't know what will happen, right? When you enter a trade, you genuinely don't know. On a trade by trade basis, you don't know. You might enter for a good reason, but what actually will happen, you don't know. But if the market proves you right, you know, and you're already in a profitable position, then the odds of that working out for you, well, I mean, you're already in profit, right? Then you can try to add to that position, to milk that trade, right? To squeeze more points out of it. However, if you do that, you increase your exposure, your risk, right? So if you trade on higher time frames, if you hold trades longer than me, for example, you could, for example, you can lock in some profit. For example, you have 100 points already in profit, so you could maybe move stop loss into profit, lock in 50 points. Yeah. So if you get stopped out, you have you stopped out for plus 50. Yeah. So you lock in that profit, and then you can say, okay, like I'm running a business here, I'm reinvesting. That 50 points are locked in, right? So I could reinvest, let's say half of it, as an add-on. Yeah? So you can also do it like that. So there's many ways to do that, but you should think of doing that and how you do that, and how your appetite for risk is, how your style is, because it might be worth your while. If Dow is now staging a a reversal, I would be pissed. Okay, where's the... Yeah, okay, there is support. Can't say it's not. I would just have hoped that we trade it a bit lower. Anyway, so I hope that gives you an idea. Trading is very individual. You have to find your own style. So, and generally I get questions, what books do you recommend? I was studying Al Brooks to learn price action. I read Larry Pesavento. He uses Gartley, ABCD, so those patterns, and Fibonacci. So I still measure retracements with the Fibonacci tool. Otherwise, you don't see me using any indicators and whatnot. So, and for trading psychology, I often mention Tom's book, Best Loser Wins, of course, but also Dr. Steve Ward and Mark Douglas. And other than that, don't know if you might be aware, there is on Telegram, there is Tom's resource channel. Yeah, and there you find a multitude of documentations. Here, for example, Tom is explaining the FTSE setups, first by negative, first by positive, but also 8-ball teenager. Extensive material here, 800 plus, lot of slides, pages. Yeah, some of his interviews, trade analysis, and so forth. So if you ask me how to get there, okay, I got you. Go to tradertom.com. Yeah, click on live trading, and here you find the tradertom.com resource channel. Yeah, it's a Telegram channel. Here's the invitation link. And if you ask what software I'm using there to trade, well, that is exclusively for people who got migrated from TD365 to Trade Nation. So far, it's called Trade from Chart. It's donation-based, albeit free software. They also have a Telegram channel, and within there is a link to their support channel. So I often get asked support questions about that software there. There's a proper support chat to address that. Okay. Good. So let's look back at our Dow trade. So far from that swing high, second leg. It's the thing. If that would shoot down, sell on close. But yeah, we're getting a pullback. And if I'm very unlucky, even a reversal. I think also the stop loss above that swing high there I'm not sure if I want to have 180 points. The thing is, yesterday I moved my stop loss down in the Dow, and then later it would have worked out. I don't know. Small pullback bull trend on the 1 minute. So one thing to adding, I personally, and also Tom doesn't do that, I don't add to a losing position. So I'm not trying to average in or something like that. So that's a dangerous game to play. I would not recommend that. Yeah. I thought, you know, with a little bit more confirmation, you know. But yeah, Dow just double bottomed. And that was the same area where yesterday that down move here recovered. Here. Jakob says he can't hear me on Telegram if I'm muted. I don't know. I believe I unmuted myself. Somebody problems hearing me on Telegram? So, Andrea from Italy, you're a good person. I'm proud to be able to follow you. I'll try to walk you through tomorrow, but I'm in the office on Thursday. Wonderful. That's you add point position as a good person. If how many points you add point position? No, I don't add to the. Sometimes I add to the espresso. Who am I kidding? I add to everything. I add to everything if it feels right, and I add early. And now we go up. Yeah, Mantas. Frank says, well done. Thank you. Pedro, hi Andy. If you please could shortly explain what you base these trades on before any 4th or 6th bars are completed, I would be grateful. Thanks. Price action, shape of bars, maybe. You know, Pedro, there's if a bar is significant to you to get in, you know, you have to differentiate between reading price action bar by bar, and then you can arguably buy or sell on close, right? You can do that. However, if you trade a level, yeah, like the school run, then you don't wait for a bar close or whatever. You just need price to touch that level, and then you execute. But that means also you're taking a breakout trade directly, without any confirmation. Right now, I took a school run with confirmation, and look where that got me. Yeah? So Had I taken it directly, this position would be in profit right now, not the other way around. This would be a good idea for that to trade down further. My trade's at 1540. Probably can't follow you anymore. I mean that one. This one. That was just me thinking we should be short. Yeah, that was for no other reason than I thought there would be. I was wrong, long and wrong. So I wanted to rather be short. So sometimes, what more reason do you need? Wait till the market is 100 points lower? No. So price action, there's no shape of bars. That was just me flipping short because long feels wrong. And right now, guess what? Short feels wrong. But we're still not making higher lows. Lower highs. Higher highs, sorry. Higher highs. Still making lower highs. So Chris, hi Andy, has this been a difficult year for trading markets due to Donald Trump? Yeah, tell me about it. Has it affected the school run? Certainly, if he posts on his Truth Social during a trade that you're in, maybe from the school run, yeah, that could just really ruin your day. Or very rarely also add a little bit of spice. Matthias says, hey Andy, love to hear you talking, but Nasdaq is just motoring away in the meantime. Okay, that was 4:15. Now it's half an hour later. I've been short all my life, want to be long now. If you're a perma bear, brother, you shouldn't trade stock indices. You know, they usually go up. They usually go up. And we're in a raging bull market, so taking short positions right now, not a good idea. So, but hey, if you believe you should be long, then by all means, don't do what I do. This is education only, okay? Guys, I need to probably do something about that Dow trade. That feels wrong. So if that's going to reverse, so maybe wait for this close here and then make a decision. Fuck. Could almost argue this is a case for the anti. Also this here. I will reduce my risk. So if we trade to 51,000, I will get stopped out with 113.86 points. So taking half off at minus 70. Are you kidding me? Now it's going... Bloody hell. Okay, that's what I did. Okay. So in case we make it back to the entry, I will probably add half the position back. So here is Greg from Poland. Good day, Andy. I'm watching your trades. I rather trade gold and oil, sometimes currencies rather than indices. English is not my first language as it's not yours. However, try not to chase the market rather than run after. All the best and good trades only. Nasdaq short till end of the week. Good for you, brother. I'm not chasing. I'm just... My job is to react to what I see. But yeah, I'm reacting a little bit too fast, you know. It's, okay, so how big was the loss? Let's see. 69, so 70, half is 35. How far till here? Bloody hell. Back at entry. Back at entry. Maybe we get another leg down. Looks messy. What is the clear lower high? No, we need to trade below. Just wait for the close. So there was one thing that I... Yeah. Okay. Yes, there he says he saw me removing half and then it started dropping. Holy shit, yeah, exactly. Now I could have gotten out of that. So Tom says Dow only at 38.2% retracement. Measured from where? From up here? Or from this swing? It's always the question, from where do you measure, right? So If you measure this leg alone, it's more than a 38.2% retracement. So there we have deeper than 61.8% retracement. Right? However, yes, if you put it up here, well, that's a 38.2% retracement. But you know, in between it also arguably retraced, right? What about this here? Yeah. So, as always, the question. So is this here one leg, or is this the second leg? You know, how many legs are there? Okay. Shall we dare and add back the 50%? Top of the day. You think that's the high of the day, and it will drop further? Oh no. You know, the Al Brooks had one statistics that he said that within the first 90 minutes in the S&P 500, you oftentimes see a reversal. Stand by. So you oftentimes see some sort of reversal in the first 90 minutes. Nah, I don't want to be so fast in adding that half back. As can also end up range bound. So Tom says he's looking for a third leg, target 735 here. Why there? What is there? Ah, 38.2% extension. Okay. All right. I would probably get out somewhere around here. But I rather then look at structure than... Hope you're right, brother. So you're short. Very good. Good for you. What is PDL? Tiango says near PDL. A simulator, just a tip. I know you don't use moving averages. The Dow went down because it hits a 20 moving average on the 2-minute chart. In US, this is commonly used. Okay, a simulator. Let me tell you something. The Dow went down because there are more sellers than buyers at the moment. Let's not forget that it's a market, okay? The people buying and selling all the time. So you don't know what's going to happen. Your moving average in this time it might have given you the right indication. It might be even an edge. Maybe it's even tradable. I don't know. But there will be days where price will just go through your 20 moving average and doesn't react to it at all. That doesn't mean that what you're doing is invalid, but The thing is, I have to stick to my guns, right? Look, if you guys think knowing more price action will save you, that's definitely not the case. You probably know already enough. You should work on trading psychology and holding your winners and not being so flimsy. That will suit you much, much better. So AA, Andy, when you have time, can you share your keto about your keto diet plan? What you eat throughout the day? Do you have any fixed meals? Okay, if that's interesting to you right now, I'm on a carnivore diet and I only eat beef, 1 kilogram per day. I eat twice, lunch and dinner, each 500 grams. And I put it on the grill. That's all I eat. And I put Celtic sea salt on top. No veggies. So, no veggies. Don't get into discussions with me whether I need fiber or something like that. That's not the right place to do that. If you're interested, I just tell you what I do, but I will not... not, you know, now he sends a big smiley. All right. So, Danny. Hi, trader from Italy here. It's a pleasure to see you trade live. Oh, the pleasure is mine. Ali. Hi, Andy. Just checking if that's you on Tom's channel. Yeah, it's me. It's right now it's me. Bilal says the thing most traders forgot is that we have rollover contracts in 2 weeks' time. We already have big shorts, so why not trade the squeezes when they happen based on structure? It's nothing to do with news or even data. We are day traders. Fair. Just, you know, also, Dow is not really making any attempt to break down. It just sits here at the low of bar 16 and 15 and bar 10. And sometimes when the market sits there for too long and doesn't succeed, it sometimes does the opposite. No? Hi, Karaoke Andi. Please don't mention my name. This is my first message. Can you confirm that you read this? Afterwards, I will send you the message that I have in mind. If you think it's a good use of the capacity of this channel to send test messages, just so you have peace of mind that that message actually is received. Yeah, well, see. Felix asked your espresso strategy. It's really Tom's, you know. I have my own take on it, and there's the karaoke espresso. Has a pretty high win rate currently. What is your opinion on specializing? Only one setup strategy, only espresso. Yeah, problem is edge depreciation is real, right? So if you think there is a mechanical strategy out there that makes you money till retirement, I don't believe there is. Discretionary trading is what you need to learn, and you have to handle the discomfort. Because if there was, just get yourself, I don't know, ChatGPT or Claude, get yourself a bot programmed, you know, switch that on, make money in your sleep. You shouldn't be all less obsessed about setups. Setups don't really matter so much. Yeah, but I see the appeal. You think that if you finally have the right strategy or just a different setup or whatever, or if you only trade the espresso, then you will finally make money. I can tell you, you have to work on that uncomfortable stuff, unfortunately. So, not knowing what is going to happen, accepting what's right in front of you. And right now, as I said, the market is trying maybe the opposite. Maybe we get stopped out here. I don't know. Or we finally break down. Yeah. Guys, don't tell me what to do. DG says close down and go for buy. No. I will. You guys, you have your trades. You trade however you want. You put your own money on the line. This is how I manage this one, right? Will not look. The thing is, I can't rely on. I don't know who you are. I don't know how knowledgeable you are, and I can't rely that you will be there tomorrow. You know, when nobody is watching and I'm in a position to tell me what to do. So the only guy I can rely on, that's myself. And I think there is value in you just seeing that, you know, that I'm struggling here with this position. That there's reasons to get out or to stay in. They might be equally valid, right? So, but I will just not, because somebody of you says reverse, I will not do that. No. Yeah. You don't know more than I do, yeah, and I don't know more than you do. But I'm already exposed. I'm already in the market. So, yeah. If I close that, I already took half off, at 70 or so 35 full Dow points. I already paid the spread, so I would have to do that again. Right, pay the spread again. Yeah. So reversing here in a downtrend. Why? Because here's support. That's a strong enough argument. Maybe. But also, currently, look at this. We're in a big gap down situation. And there's another gentleman who says no, he's wants to say short till I don't know where, 38.2% Fibonacci extension. So who is right? But at least that other gentleman has a position on, right? And is putting his money on the line. So nope, not going to do that. Mariana says, hey Andy, I admire your patience. You're very welcome. I can be a very patient man. I'm married and I also have a daughter, so I probably need to be a very patient man. Andre says, hi Andy, nothing wrong with a meat diet. My diet consists of mostly animal products as well. However, I advise you, no advice. I will not take it, will not do it. No. So, you can be sure that that I have very good reasons to do something very extreme, like eating only meat, right? And no vegetables, no fiber, no nothing. And that I have done my research and also observed my own body, you know. But we're all different. I don't say you should do that, right? It's just when somebody asks, I will tell, but I'm not missionizing. I'm not saying you should do that. We're all different. That might be a very bad idea if you did that. Just for me, I know what I'm doing. I hope I know what I'm doing, because as in trading, when it comes to nutrition, diet, and whatever, there's so much false information out there, so much contradicting information out there. There's also huge industries out there who benefit from us eating a certain way, yeah, or not eating a certain way, right? Hello, Andy. Do you have your own YouTube or Telegram channel? I have a very humble following on Twitter, on X, yeah? And I used to do also some live streams there in front of a smaller audience. However, I don't want to use. I mean, I'm a guest here, right? I'm talking to Tom's audience here. I appreciate that you're listening to me, that you're here. I really do. It's a big honor, also responsibility. But it would feel wrong if I would promote, this is my YouTube channel, this is my Twitter. So I will not do that. If you are so inclined, you will probably find me if you search long enough. Yeah, that's that. Hi Andy, when do you decide to set a stop loss at break even? Is it when the probability changes 50-50 or something else? Can't tell you. If you look, Mark Douglas described the evolution of a trader in mechanical, then discretionary, and then intuitional or intuitive, right? So I'm not at that last stage, not fully, but I'm already, I would say over the mechanical stage. So sometimes it's hard for me to describe what I'm doing or why I'm doing that. It's not all strictly rule based, right? So why did I move stop loss down? Because for a while it looked like we would reverse here, yeah. And then we established here, luckily, a swing high. So I thought stop loss can be above there. So if we trade up here, that is not valid anymore. And then we didn't really come down here. So I thought, okay, I take half off. Yeah, and then I could have closed here down here for 0. But at that point, could I have known that? No. Right? Now I know better. With hindsight, is always easy. I try to move stop loss to break even fast. I like to have a trade without risk, so I can't lose anymore. Right? It's generally a better feeling if you remove the risk. It's usually my first objective, is to make the trade risk-free. Yeah. So I sometimes do that too early. That's the thing. If you move stop loss to break even, yeah, you have to also be okay with getting stopped out for 0 a lot. Yeah. But on the flip side, you take fewer losses, right? JJ asks, hi Andy, I'm a newbie trader from Korea, just 3 months into the game. Do you ever trade gold? If you don't, what's the reason behind it? No, I just trade stock indices. I'm specialized in the DAX. Also, I know my way around the Dow a little bit. FTSE and Nasdaq, I'm somewhat okay with trading for the sake of Tom's audience here. Those are the markets that he prefers. I don't trade anything else than that, and I have specialized in the first 90 minutes in each market and know the intricacies. The reason why I don't trade gold is has also something to do how much I pay for a trade with my broker. It's pretty expensive to trade gold with my broker. It's very with stock indices. I have everything. You have they move a lot. You have tons of volatility, tons of opportunities to extract points. So they're cheap to trade. You always get filled. Many good reasons to trade stock indices. But there's nothing wrong with trading gold. I think it just got a little bit more in fashion lately. You know, I think a year ago maybe 2 years ago, nobody was talking about gold. Hey, finally, back in profit. Adding half back to the Dow or not? Yeah. Adding 50% to the Dow. Back again. Okay. And I will use the same stop loss. We'll put it up there on the swing high. $58.77 10 and 59.77. Right, 5100. Got a little confused here because there's a take profit set and I wanted to have that stop loss up here. Ah, that was preset from the espresso. Okay, gotcha. So okay. Why did I add, because we traded now finally below my original entry, and I'm hoping for a retest down here. It's writing me. It's just Tom Teams messaging me here about something technical. Okay, this is not what I like to see right now. It's one of those instances where you hope for continuation, but then it doesn't. And it can go very fast. So be careful. So, Mocha. Hello, Andy. From observing the espresso technique, I've come to the observation that, for example, when the opening bar after espresso signal triggers the espresso race might be first too long for now. Forward testing it. Sample size might fall for now. Okay. So Mocha is having a theory and forward testing it. I hope you will share your results. Susanne says thanks for going live. You're welcome. Frank says have a great evening, Andy, and thanks. You're very welcome. Am I overstaying my welcome here? Are you already all logging off? So wait a second. Oh, bloody hell. Sorry, guys. was not a long position here. I pressed the wrong button. Okay, if you took a long position here, actually wasn't the worst idea. But oops. Sorry, I corrected that. Yeah, we are short. We're short. Okay. Donald supposedly talking about tariffs again. Oh, bloody hell. So hi Andy, which videos would you recommend from Tom's YouTube channel from 200 videos? Could you share a playlist? Thank you. Greetings, Gauzy. Of course, Gauzy. I will now take a 6 months break, watch all those videos, and then I will compile a list. Ay. Well. Why don't you just go first to the resource channel, because I believe Tom has already made a pre-selection of what he finds worthwhile for you to study maybe and look into. That could be maybe a first entry point. But I don't know all the video content by heart. And you're talking to a guy who is probably more familiar with Tom's work than anybody else. I really know that inside out and backwards, but I couldn't tell you which videos to watch. Also, we consume knowledge differently, right? If videos are your thing, I like more reading. I personally, my God. Bilal is asking if I pay attention to other times of the day other than the windows in which I trade. That's where I specialized in. That's what I do. Can certainly there's certainly merit in trading other times as well, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just what I specialized in. HB, another newbie, has had to figure out how to message me. Again, there is no chat, ladies and there is no chat. There is just, you can just direct message me. So, a second. We finally breaking down. I want to move my stop loss down in the Dow above the last swing. I think if we go back up there, I don't want to be. It's a little bit. Can't make that up. That software is absolutely brilliant, but it has its quirks. And I heard a lot from Mr. H. I should switch to the Edge browser. Seemed to work better there. So I want to move both stops in Dow to 5939.6. So have to. Can't I switch to, okay, roughly, what about 60, 55? Ah, here, price. Yeah, ooh, that's brilliant. So 59.6. 939.6. Ha! No! Can't move my stop loss down. Oh, okay. And I'm getting a little scared. Okay, I'll probably try to do that from here. Off camera. Keep an eye on the Dow. So I want my stop loss to be 50,939.6. That worked. And now it didn't update here. Maybe if I restart that window. Give me another Dow window. So there you go. And okay, that was a typo. $6.9. Yeah, that's where also made a typo in Telegram. So sorry for the confusion. Both stops, please do. 50,969.6. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay. Anything here? Right. Market went down because why did the market go down? Why did it go down? So Ian says something very nice here. Congratulations, Andy. You're, along with Master Mr. Tom, doing a fabulous job in teaching us great skills in the psychology of trading. I admire your humility and truthfulness. It's very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Nikolai says he trades based on feel and intuition. Do you know profitable traders who does it similarly? Yeah. But, you know, it doesn't mean that you take random trades, right? It's like when you ask a master skateboarder, you know, how to do a kickflip or something like that. That guy will be like, hey, dude, you just do it, you know, because he hasn't trained himself to probably verbally express what he's doing and why he's doing. But he certainly has the muscle memory and moves and coordinates his movements in the right way so he can pull that off. And I believe that's also a part of intuition. My intuition tells me that I should probably be out of here. Yeah, well. Okay. Andy, you just bought the low of the school run from last 2 days. Perfect trade. I bought it. I'm short. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm short. All right. Morning, Andy. I have a question. It's from Alejandro. I've made 14% on my live 1,500 US dollar account, made $200. Should I buy prop firm accounts with this money or keep growing my account? This money has been made risking 2% of my account per trade in the past 3 weeks. Small or stay for me. Ooh. That's a tough question. Why don't you, first of all, never trade with money that you can't afford to lose, right? So I assume that your $1,500 is something that you can afford to lose. If not, stop trading, don't do it. And then I don't know, is that just, was that luck? Is that just a short period of time, or do you have some history of being consistent, more or less? Then in that case, keep going. Otherwise, maybe size down. Yeah, maybe size down and see if you can keep that up, consistently extract something. Prop firms, I'm not sure I would go, but that's just me. Some seem to do very well on prop firms, but that tough decision. Yeah, just be careful. HB, I'm a newbie here. I love your live sessions. I've been trying to figure out how to message you. Okay, I'm at work and listening to live Tom's channel. You make it look so easy. Tom or me? So Malik asks about my account. I will not answer questions about my account and my trading size. I've done that. That's one of the questions I will not answer. Because guys, I'm just a guest here. This is not a track record account for you to follow or whatever. It's my own money. And how much money I have or make or whatever. Does it really help you to know that? I'm not sure. Yeah. So same as to how much I make per year or something like that. Do I lose credibility if I trade with you small size? Is it that, or is it, or do you want to feel better about yourself because I'm trading small size and you trade small size? What is it? I don't know. This should be education only. All right, so let's leave it at that. Okay, you, thanks so much. Yes. So, do you have any thoughts you can share on Schwab, the think or swim platform? I have no clue, Mon, what you're talking about. No idea. The market can do at 180. Oh, sure can. I love it when people ask about the chat and then add a big smiley, like Johan here from Sweden. Big thumbs up from this gentleman. Oh, that's a long one. Aurelio. Hi, Andy. Can I share with you a suggestion for trader from chart software? That you can pass it on. to add an option of open position. Maybe suggest that to the support chat of Trade from Chart. Yeah, that would be, I think, better addressed. Even though I know the team, but they have their own backlog and ways how to fill that and prioritize and whatever, you know, and they have to plan the sprints and whatever software development involves, right? So me as a bystander throwing in there some features here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, here is the Trade from Chart software group, and here is a pinned message, and in the pinned message you will find there the TFC support chat. Yeah, so there you click on that, and then you can reach out, probably also with ideas. So Onkar from India, hi Andi, I want to inform you, send long message on Telegram, but trades is short. Onkar, you just send short message on Telegram, and clarity is short. I don't know what you mean. Okay. There you go. So Sam asks why carnivore diet for me personally, and I'm again 100 points in the negative with this position. So why carnivore? Is that really the place to talk about that? I can tell you, I personally, I had a couple of autoimmune issues, and I had to take medication every year, and there was no, whoa. Like I had, for example, acid reflux syndrome and had to take pantoprazole or omeprazole or something like that. And I asked the doctor, do I have to take it now for the rest of my life? I had no answer. Of course, I did gastroscopy and all of that. Well, there's nothing. Nothing that we can do. You have to take pills for the rest of your life. And so I had other issues. For example, I couldn't go into the sun without getting a heavy skin rash. So things like that. And then I did a little bit of research. So I found also this gentleman who coined the phrase the carnivore diet, Dr. Sean Baker, and I read his material and a little bit more. And slowly they're also coming a couple studies out. And basically the philosophy that I follow, or what I believe, is that autoimmune issues, they have a lot to do with what's going on in your gut, right? So, and when you eat ruminant meat, it's important that you eat ruminant meat. A cow has, I don't know how many stomachs, 3, 5, 7, but what the cow eats goes through multiple stomachs, right? So anything that could be an allergen, anything that could trigger any immune reaction in your gut is probably filtered out that way. So when you eat the cow, yeah, that's the thing. Also medically, beef only is oftentimes used as an elimination diet, right? So if somebody has like food allergy, like really heavy food allergy, and you don't know what it is, but you have to create a baseline. So usually that's beef, and then you add in slowly other things until you find the culprit, right? So I've been on the carnivore diet for the better part of 2 years. Then I was really, also by the way, I lost 25 kilograms of body fat. So I was a pretty big fellow. That was a nice side effect. It's not what I did it. That's why I did it. But all the autoimmune issues within those 2 years were completely into remission. Yeah, and never came back. So that's the thing. And what's the alternative? To be fat and take pills for the end of your life, but at least, you know, take solace in the fact that you eat a balanced diet with lots of veggies and fiber. Yes, sorry, thank you. Been there, done that. I've never eaten crap or anything like that. I'm 49 years old. In my mid-30s, I found out, okay, it matters what I put in my body. You know, if I need to function well, I need to get good fuel, right? So that's the thing. Yeah, so now I consider myself healthy. All my blood markers and everything is absolutely pristine. So I added back in a couple of carbs. And was bulking a little bit in the gym, and now I took them off again, and yeah, I'm very happy. Shredding down with a little bit of belly fat that I would rather not want to have, but overall I'm healthy, and that's what counts. And gentlemen, I probably want to ease up on that Dow. It's not going anywhere, isn't it? Please doesn't... Is that a fucking bull channel here on the 1 minute? I'm really inclined to just close this. I'm really... Come on, closing this. I'm done with this fucking trade, sorry. It's just not going anywhere. So, closing Dow. Closing Dow. So, Dow close. Minus 21. Minus 10.5 full. And of course, that's me done trading. Couple more questions and let's wrap that up. So if it's going down now, that would be so Andi. How often that happened, you know, that I was like, that's not going anywhere, and guess what? It did. So maybe the gentleman will get his 38.2% FIP extension. I would wish that to you. Alex from Australia says, help Andy. Where do you need help with? Need to write that. Andy, what is your risk percent of your account balance per trade? Don't ask about my account. Really don't. Said that often enough. You probably are not aware. If that sounds maybe like I just got the same questions over and over and over again, and I explained myself over and over and over again. So if you are new and you don't know and you're just curious, that may sound like, oh, Andy is angry with me. I'm not. I just don't want to answer the same questions over and over again, right? So if you scroll a little bit up in Tom's Telegram, scroll a little bit up, you might find that I posted there rather long message where I was explaining a little bit. If you look at this here and you see here, oh, Andy has a 5,185 euros in his account. Guys, that's not my account size. Yeah, that's operating capital. Yeah, so I have more money at my disposal than that. I just deposit enough to open positions to meet margin requirements. Yeah, this is not for you a track record. Like Tom trades every day the same account and he doesn't take something off. He just starts in January, ends in December, and at the end you see a tally, right? So that's it. You just see me here once or twice per week, right? So that wouldn't work, because in between I'm taking trades, maybe with larger size. Who knows, right? Maybe you can appreciate that for me. Doing that live in front of an audience is also stressful. If it looks easy, thank you very much, but it certainly isn't. So, and I'm putting my own money here on the line. So I might be sensible to also size down, right? So it might have something to do with that. So don't get the impression that is what I'm trading with regularly, and now the Dow falls. Can't be serious. Bloody hell. Ugh. Back at support. Anyway, so hi Andy, in trading range or tight trading range, how do you battle boredom? Well, maybe limit your screen time, you know. I also only trade twice 90 minutes. That works for me. I don't need to sit in front of the charts all day. And if I don't get a valid setup, if I don't have a good reason to enter a trade, I don't enter. If you end up trading out of boredom, that's unprofessional. Yeah, don't do it. But it's easier said than done, right? Probably for myself, probably selling short again. Well, I will not post that here because I can't manage that for you. Also, we had support. Hi, Andy, loving your sessions. From Stefan from Austria. Thank you very much. KKS. Hi, Andy, what's your favorite breakfast? Yeah, well, I don't eat breakfast. It's black coffee. And I also said that I'm carnivore. So if you like cranberries and savory, salty oatmeal, well, lovely. I don't eat that. Here's the thing, I used to do some bodybuilding back in the day, but it's really like 30 years back in the day, right? The best source of carbs to put in your body if you want to grow muscle is sweet potatoes or yams, right? Blueberries, because of the low glycemic index. And the best in terms of price and cost ratio is oatmeal. Yeah. So but I don't eat carbs, so kind of the wrong person to talk about that. My wife, she eats, she also has a fast metabolism. She probably needs to eat some carbs. So Don Quinshot, hi Andy, when you mentioned you did not like the look of the Dow just before you took off half the position and now it was moving against you, so was your observation based purely on the fear reaction or was it more to do with the structure of the candles you were watching? Many thanks. Yeah, a good question, huh? Let's try to see. With perfect hindsight, here, right? So you had on the 5 minute, so you were breaking down here, right? And then looking left, see, here's support. Also important support, you see, when we had that opening yesterday and that was sold off and it found support here, like that 1 hour pre-market high. Yeah. So I would say this support here is relatively important. So then you have a bar number 11 that makes a new low but closes at its high. Here follow through. This here one looked like, okay, we could make a new swing high and trade further down, but then that bar, okay, it didn't close above bar number 13, but above its midpoint, right? This one here, yeah. So, and this bar here, 1640, let's go to the 1 minute chart. This bar for a while looked like, here on the 1 minute chart, we have a small pullback uptrend, right? Here. And that looked for a while, for a second or so, like, well, would go further up here, right? So that's where I decided to just take half off, just reduce the risk. And yeah, and then we were just here in that sideways movement, and now we're trading a little bit lower. Just before that, I decided that we're not going anywhere. I just close it for a small loss. You know, the thing is with breakout trades, I prefer them. Oh, I just realized I explained here and didn't show a chart. Ah, well. So about that. So it was this important low. 5 minute we had a bar that made a new low and closed at its high, right? On the 1 minute you had that small pullback bear bull trend, and then this for a second looked like would trade back up here, and then I decided to get out of there, of the bottom of that channel here, or a little higher, but that was my fill. And then it stayed here for a while, for a couple seconds, and then it dropped. Yeah. So and then we were trapped in this sideways movement. Yeah. Also not making lower highs here, but now we broke lower. Right now we are at support that becomes now resistance. Maybe it will deflect further down. Yeah, that's typical me, you know. But I try to have a good reason for what I'm doing, and I risk to be wrong, right? So. Yeah, that's what can I say? That's a life decision under fire in the trenches, where you have to decide what to do and also risk to be wrong, right? With hindsight, yeah, would still be short. Here, Matthias says he's carnivore since 4 years now. Saved his life from a very bad disease. And there you go. Yeah, there you go. There are also a lot of diabetes patients, type 2 diabetes, that are completely in remission. Yeah, guess what? You don't have high blood sugar if you don't eat sugar. Just think of it. Da. So, Okay. Captain Hindsight, my friend. In your early days, how sensitive were you to watching the candle movements? Did they have any physiological effects on you? And I was like, oh, what do you mean physiological? And if so, how long did it take you to become desensitized to it? I'm not desensitized to it. I just have more reference points. Yeah? So sometimes you have an idea, right? How the typical candle range can look in the Dow, in the trading window that you're trading. Maybe not in the first 10, 15, 20 minutes, but then, you know. And then if something moves very fast and expands, or, you know, very fast in either direction, yeah, guess what? That's information. If you act upon that, it's a different story, but it's information. So, okay. Hyman from the Netherlands, who first wanted that I confirm whether I read this, and afterwards promised me to send me the actual message. Now he's sure that I read it. Now the actual message. I discovered that the Brent price is leading for a couple of weeks now. So I think you should also follow that price. It helps your entries. For example, look at what happened just the last couple of minutes. Yeah. My friend, if you are able to, and there's some validity to that, right? So if I'm trading the Dow, there's a lot of companies in there who rely on oil for their business operations, right? So can imagine that, and yeah, that might be they might be sensitive to what the oil price is doing. So if you find a way to trade that, right? Please then do so. I hope you do that very successfully. I wish you all the best with that. But just because you tell me I should look at the Brent price to make my entries better, well, okay. Because you conveniently leave out how to do it, right? Okay, let's see. Do I have Brent here? Which shall I use? Brent crude, variable spreads, Brent crude future, August, variable spreads, light crude. Okay, I take Brent. I take this one just for the fuck of it. So here, my friend, here's Brent. And here is the Dow. So let me just put that next to each other. There you go. Yeah. So what's the general idea now? How would that help my entries? I don't know. You say if Brent goes up, Dow goes down. Okay. Yeah, well, but so from 4, Brent went up. What happened from four in the Dow? Right, first went up 2, and then we were in a trading range. Now we're trading a little bit lower. You zoom a little bit out. Also doesn't look like this is, if you flip that, that's the inverse to that. So I don't know what you can read there. I certainly, I don't know. I wouldn't know. But if you know how to do that, now Hyman says Brent is leading in DE1. What is DE1? Yeah. 1 minute chart. What does that mean? Okay, shall I put it next to each other on a 1 minute chart? Hyman, my friend, I think you made your point. This is I think not really leading anywhere. You write a lot here. I think it's worthwhile to take other questions, right? So this Brent 1 minute, Dow 1 minute. Nothing really leading there. Yeah, so it's not like some would go up and the other would follow. It's rather the opposite. But hey, whatever you see there. All right. So thanks for playing, Winfried. Fantastic work, Andy. Love your sessions. They are thrilling, exciting, educational, kind of private as well. Thanks and take care, Winfried. You're very welcome. Your face is hard to read. We are watching your face. I'm married and I have a wife. I'm not from that shore. If you're so inclined, I'm not judging. Reading my face, huh? Yeah. Love your streams, man. This is real trading. Keep on going. Thank you from Teddy. There you go. Ali from the United Kingdom has another Andy sending him investment options. Careful. I'm not sending you anything. I will never contact you first, and I don't have anything to sell to you. Yeah. So, if an Karaoke Andi or whatever is contacting you and it involves you to invest somewhere or to buy anything or whatever, that's not me. Yeah. Not selling anything. Andy, pin your standard answers on top of your channel like Tom does. Yeah, well, people don't even read pinned messages. What asset is the hardest to trade profitable for you? For me, it's gold, says Claudio. I have struggled the most with the FTSE. I seem to do very well in the DAX. Second is Dow. Andre, sorry. If I sound harsh or whatever, that's not you personally. That is just the same stuff that I receive over and over again. So, Chris, appreciate your stream, and honestly, brother, it's rare and refreshing. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Okay. Felix asks, for low capital people, prop firms can be life-changing, don't you think? Yeah. 90% in trading lose money. So, and prop firm trading is harder because they impose additional rules on you. So, it's even more likely that you will lose that challenge. And then you have to buy a reset and then yet another reset. But some seem to do very well with prop accounts. So not judging, I'm just telling you how it is. Andy, the Dow is going down. I know it isn't really, you know, it's meandering there, yeah, but it traded lower than where I got out. It's just the real Andy trade, yeah. Okay. Hamish, my friend, is asking about what is espresso. Where can I find that video? It's not your fault. I just get that asked so many times, and literally on this stream, I hope I literally made there a slide here where I talked about that. So kindly rewatch. I even showed you the slides. You know, I probably explained it even good enough here. So yeah, is that all right? If I tell you it's the first video of me ever trading live in Tom's YouTube channel, are you able to find that? Genuine question. No, for example, let's maybe do that together. So, look. Trader Tom. So if you go here, for example, to Trader Tom, yeah, so you click here on live. When I set my first appearance here, how do you find that? You could, for example, scroll down until you don't, you see that here. So here's only Tom. Here, so it's probably this, right? And in the US session, the same day I also explained the espresso. Yeah, so it's either this or that. Yeah, but you know that took me now 20 seconds or 30 seconds. So the convenience of me doing that for you, I get it, it's convenient, but I would have to search for it as well, right? So I think you can perform the same action for yourself, right? But I hope that clarifies it. Okay, good. You're welcome. So yeah. Okay. Ah. Hi, Andy might not want to read this out loud, don't want to try and get any advertising. Oh, I think, look, book recommendations. So here's a gentleman, Michael, and his father-in-law wrote a book on the low-carb diet. Its name is The Low-Carb Companion. The Low-Carb Companion. It's also a strong advocate for the carnivore diet. I haven't read it, but if you're interested in that, and I equally, I recommend the material from Dr. Sean Baker. That's what I read. So we can all share here. But that's very personal to me. Again, this is not a nutrition channel, and I don't give nutrition advice, right? I will not do that. So, and what's good for me doesn't necessarily be the right thing for you. I'm just telling you because you asked. So, last question. Berat from Iran. I really enjoy your live trading. Thank you again. May I ask a question? What is a suitable profit for a year? My yearly profit is 130%, around 2% risk per trade, maximum drawdown 18%, win rate 35, risk to reward around 3, 2 years real trading with medium-sized volume. My method is discretionary based. Is it okay? You made money, brother. So, of course it's okay. Look, Tom is someone who is a high-stakes day trader. He has an exceptional risk appetite. But if you trade for a year and turn a profit, I think that's remarkable enough, right? So, what can you do from there? You know, you can be happy with that. You can try to increase your size, trade in bigger size. You can try to trade more different assets, whatever, or just be happy about that. Yeah? It's not bad at all. So, where to find all Al Brooks video formations that made for TD365? I don't know. That was probably TD365 promotion. TD365 is now Trade Nation, so it's probably over, I'm afraid. So, okay. Okay, guys, I will wrap this up. We've been streaming for a while now. Thank you for your time, for your patience with me. Thank you for all your questions. I love you lots. Take care. Karaoke Andy out. Bye-bye.